focus on abstract visuals, representing thought and potential. We've all heard that success is purely about hard work. But what if I told you the single most powerful tool you possess is your identity, the way you see yourself? Today, we're diving into a timeless truth, proven by history's great achievers, through the lens of a captivating story. This is the tale of Arthur, and how a simple philosophy changed his destiny forever. Our story unfolds in the heart of a bustling central station, a melting pot of ambition and despair. Here, among the rush of daily commuters, lived a man named Arthur. Arthur was a fixture, surviving solely on the charity of others. To him, the world was divided into givers and takers, and he was firmly, irrevocably, a taker. One morning, his eyes landed on a figure of undeniable success, Mr. Sterling, immaculate in his bespoke suit, radiating confidence. Arthur, convinced this man's wealth guaranteed generosity, approached him, his hand outstretched, his plea practiced and hollow. But instead of the expected chime of coins, he was met with an unexpected gaze and a profound question. Mr. Sterling paused, not with contempt, but curiosity, and asked 130, "Young man, do you only ever receive? Have you ever, in your life, offered anything in return?" Arthur was completely disarmed. He stammered, defending his position. "Sir, I am destitute. I live on alms. I have absolutely nothing to give." Mr. Sterling's response was not harsh, but definitive. "Then you have misunderstood the world. I am a merchant. My success is built on a single premise: exchange. If you offer nothing of value, you have no right to request anything of value. Show me what you have to trade, and then we can talk." With those words, Mr. Sterling boarded his train and vanished into the city. Arthur stood there, the noise of the station fading, replaced only by the echo of that single concept: exchange. It was a challenge, a truth, and, for the first time, a reason for his poverty that wasn't just bad luck. He spent the next 2 days grappling with a terrifying realization: he had defined himself as someone valueless. What could I possibly trade? He thought. A beggar has no goods, no skills, no capital. The businessman's words felt like a cruel joke. Yet, as he sat by the tracks on the third day, utterly defeated, a flash of color caught his eye. A vibrant, defiant cluster of wildflowers blooming amidst the soot and gravel. And then, the moment of pure clarity struck him like lightning. 3:30. His transaction didn't have to be gold for gold. It could be pity for beauty. He could trade a simple, cheerful wildflower for a coin. He wasn't selling the flower. He was selling the experience of the exchange. With a new purpose, Arthur gathered the flowers. He felt a shift in his posture, a dignity he hadn't known before. When a hurried traveler handed him a coin, Arthur returned the gesture with a bright, hand-picked bloom. The traveler stopped, smiled genuinely, and for the first time, Arthur felt respected, not pitied. The results were astonishing. When he offered a flower, donations multiplied. When he ran out of them, they dwindled. He was no longer a beggar. He was providing an offering. He wasn't waiting for charity. He was completing a transaction. For 30, this powerful insight that our perceived worth dictates our rewards is what separates a life of struggle from a life of abundance. If this idea sparked something in you, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We share powerful stories like this every week to help you unlock your true potential. Soon after, Arthur spotted Mr. Sterling again. No longer hesitant, Arthur approached him with confidence, holding his bouquet. "Sir," he declared, "I have something to give you now. I offer you beauty for your generosity." Mr. Sterling accepted the exchange, his face lighting up. "You have truly grasped the principle," he said. "You are no longer a beggar, Arthur. You are a businessman." This final affirmation cemented the identity shift. Arthur realized he hadn't just found a temporary fix. He had found a new self. He left the station that day, not as a desperate man, but as a determined entrepreneur. 6 months later, 2 sharply dressed gentlemen shook hands at the same station. One was Mr. Sterling. The other, an unfamiliar success, was Arthur. Mr. Sterling's eyes widened. "Arthur, the beggar, what happened?" Arthur, now running a thriving regional flower business, smiled genuinely. "I simply saw myself differently. Sir, you taught me that I wasn't waiting for charity. I was just waiting to recognize the value I already had. My change of identity was my only true investment. And that, my friends, is the heart of the story. Our circumstances are often just the outward reflection of our self-perception. If you view yourself as incapable, powerless, or a victim of circumstances, you attract exactly that outcome. But if you begin to see yourself as a creator of value, an entrepreneur of your own life, capable of exchange, even when all you have to start with is a handful of flowers, the world will respond to that new identity. Don't wait for permission to be great. Identify the value you can offer, embrace the principle of exchange, and watch as your entire world shifts to meet your new identity. If this story motivated you to see yourself as more than your current circumstances, give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this message today. And, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to join our community of intentional thinkers. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next tale.